Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown video for May 30th, 2017. Happy birthday goes to Jake the Snake Roberts, turned 62 years old, while NXT superstar No Way Jose turned 29. NXT Women's Champion Asuka defending against Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross in an elimination match has been announced for the June 14th NXT episode. As seen on last night's NXT, Ember Moon has officially been cleared to return to the ring from her shoulder injury. Ember will be facing Peyton Royce in a match that apparently airs on June 14th. WWE has announced the following on Hall of Famer Harley Race. Harley Race injured in a fall. He's broken both legs after a fall in his home in Troy, Montana. On Tuesday, WWE.com has learned Race sustained a fracture to his right femur and suffered breaks in his left fibula and tibia, as well as spiral break of his left ankle. WWE Hall of Famer required emergency surgery to relieve the swelling in both legs late Tuesday night. He subsequently received 4 blood transfusions and underwent surgery on Friday to reset the fractures. WWE wishes Harley Race the best on his road to recovery, as well as I give him my best well wishes as well. Raul Mendoza has signed with WWE. Mendoza impressed in his loss to Brian Kendrick during the first round of the WWE Cruiserweight Classic earlier this year, and was brought back at the recent WWE NXT tapings. He worked against the Velveteen Dream in an upcoming TV match. He also worked recent NXT live events, losing to Killian Dane and defeating Brendan Williams. And the Velveteen Dream is Patrick Clark's character. You don't know that. Formerly of Tough Enough. There's been talk of doing a Table for 3 show with Vince McMahon on the WWE Network for later this year. SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi and SmackDown Tag Team Champion the Usos had weekend WWE live events off as they were taping a new TV show. No word yet on what the show is about, but we'll keep you posted. Conspicuous by his absence on SmackDown over the last few weeks, Rusev is apparently in limbo as WWE tries to decide what to do with him now that another anti-American heel, Jinder Mahal, has been rocketed up to the brand's hierarchical ladder. The Wrestling Observer linked the Mahal elevation as Rusev's absence. This would seem to confirm the logical train of thought expressed by the many fans and pundits that the Bulgarian Brute's storyline plea for a title shot at Money in the Bank was nixed when they instead decided to put the championship on Mahal. Now the question is, what's next? Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss will be playing fans in Tekken 7 at the Wizard World Convention in Philadelphia on Saturday, June 3rd. Wizard World game. Get ready for the next battle. Challenge WWE superstar Alexa Bliss as she hands out beatdowns and copies of Tekken 7. Hashtag WWE, hashtag Bandai Namco. I'll also show you a picture of that. With a New Day debuting on SmackDown this week to take the top babyface tag team spot, it appears WWE is keeping some sort of push going for the Breezango after fans responded positively to the recent push in the feud with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Usos. This week's SmackDown saw Tyler Breeze and Fandango defeat the Colognes after another edition of the Fashion Files set up a new storyline for the two. And below is that segment, which led to, and here's that link for that. Led to Breezango hunting for who trashed the Fashion Files station. It'll be interesting to see if the storyline continues next week, but Breezango have definitely added to their fan base over the past few weeks. It's worth noting that WWE did not air a teaser vignette for Atlanta's SmackDown debut on this week's show. The Atlanta vignette first aired in April after her Superstar Shake-Up brand change was announced, but this is the first week where they did not air a new vignette. Also noted, Lana has been working WWE NXT live events and training at the WWE Performance Center to prepare for her debut as a wrestler. NXT enhancement talent Corey Hollis worked this week's 205 Live special episode. Losing to Cedric Alexander, Cedric announced earlier in the show that he was continuing his comeback tour as he works towards earning a WWE Cruiserweight title shot. This was Cedric's second match since returning from injury last week. And here's a video of that match. Eric Rowan tweeted this video for this week's SmackDown. It went on the air. He wrote, "Hazard." That's all it said, hazard. It's on Twitter. I've been noting how John Cena has been advertised to make his return at SmackDown tapings July the 4th from the Talking Stick Resort Arena in Phoenix. WWE will tape Raw in the same building that night before. Tape? So neither one of them will be live. Cena, who has been in the Atlanta area filming a movie, tweeted the following and confirmed his return on July 4th SmackDown. Also noted, Randy Orton has the weekend off for live events while he's scheduled for the weekend's SmackDown tapings, or this week's SmackDown tapings. He also have live events off early in July. There's nothing changed with Orton's status, and his absence is due to a stipulation in his contract where he has certain weekends off now. According to F4W Online, Orton may have next weekend off as well. There's speculation on WWE building to the possible in-ring return of Raw General Manager Kurt Angle after a new storyline kicked off at last night's Raw with Corey Graves and Angle. Graves delivered information to Angle that Angle said that could ruin him if it's true. Graves had left a commentary to deliver the information to Angle after receiving a text message. He later returned to commentary and told Michael Cole that the situation was private. You can see at the link here for you. Mass Effect UpUpDownDown gameplay between Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Ember Moon has ended with Kofi coming as the big loser. As seen in this link, Kofi was forced to drink a Krogan Shake made up of coffee, white cheddar popcorn, Goldfish crackers, oats, water, deli chicken, and rainbow sherbet. Let's call it Neapolitan sherbet. It'll be interesting to see how they do the glorious celebration for WWE NXT champion Bobby Roode on Wednesday's NXT episode, as there was no celebration segment with Roode taped at the recent Full Sail University tapings. Speaking of those NXT tapings, Sanity member Killian Dane debuted his new theme song for a match against No Way Jose that will apparently air on June 7th. The regular Sanity theme song was used later in the tapings for another match featuring the group, but it looks like Dane may have his own theme. You can check out part of the same in this link at this link here. WWE NXT superstar Tommaso Ciampa is in Birmingham, Alabama to undergo surgery this week. According to PW Insider, we now know that Ciampa is suffering from a torn ACL, but there's no word yet on the severity of the injury or how long he might be out of action, but it could be for a while. Also noted that Ciampa suffered an injury in the live event before TakeOver Chicago, but later suffered another injury during the latter match, lost to NXT Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain, at TakeOver. After turning on his partner Johnny Gargano, Ciampa was set for a big heel push in NXT. He has promised to be the most dangerous man in pro wrestling once he returns. Corey Graves and Goldust are filming a special episode of Graves Superstar Inc. at Luke Gallows' Painted Gypsy Tattoo Shop in Georgia. Goldust and Gallows tweeted the following: at Luke Gallows, WWE, pumped to shoot. Hashtag Superstar Inc. at Painted Gypsy Tattoo today. Catch it soon. And they go to WWE.com for that. Hashtag, hashtag, but at Goldust, at WWE Graves, and at Too Sweet. And it also comes back with Goldust tweeting again, coming soon. Hashtag Superstar Inc. Starring yours truly. Guest appearance by WWE Graves. Dark match before the SmackDown tapings at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Saw Luke Harper, Ty Dillinger, and Mojo Rawley defeat Aiden English and the Ascension. SmackDown opened up with a backstage promo from Charlotte Flair, Carmella, Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Tamina about how they will win tonight's Fatal 5-Way to become the new #1 contender. We go to SmackDown opening video, and we're live from the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. As the pyro goes off, Tom Phillips welcomes us as he's joined in by JBL and Byron Saxton. We go right to the ring. Greg Hamilton introduces the U.S. champion, Kevin Owens. Owens is in the ring for another edition of the highlight reel. Owens welcomes us to the highlight reel and says he's the new host, the new face of America. Fans boo. Owens knocks Chris Jericho and points up at the Money in the Bank briefcase hanging high above the ring. Owens says he will win the briefcase to go on to win the WWE title to become the face of the entire WWE universe as he holds both titles. Owens introduces one of the people he's going to step on his way to becoming the double champion. Owens introduces Shinsuke Nakamura. Out he comes to a pop. Nakamura hits the ring as the fans continue singing his song after it stops playing. Owens doesn't care if Nakamura thinks he's a superstar. This is Owens' show and he's had enough of the stupid little dancing. Owens invited Nakamura on because people want to know who he is, why he's here, and what his future holds in WWE. Fan chat for Nakamura, and Owens says that that's real cute. Owens talks about how he sent the last person claiming to be a rock star to retirement, Jericho. Nakamura says Owens' name, but Baron Corbin's music interrupts, and out he comes. Corbin says no one cares about what Nakamura has to say. Corbin says about we show some actual highlights from a real superstar. We see a replay of his attack on Sami Zayn from last week. Owens can't believe Corbin just interrupted his show with a clip of Sami getting beat up. Owens says that's nothing. He's been beating up Sami for 15 years. Owens wants Corbin to leave. Corbin calls him Cartman. Corbin knocks Nakamura and says he will continue making highlights before winning Money in the Bank in a few weeks. Nakamura speaks and reminds Owens he pinned him last week. Also reminds Corbin about how quick he lost to Sami last week. Corbin hits the ring and Nakamura fights off a double team, but they beat him down. Corbin holds Nakamura down while Owens stomps on him. Sami runs down and makes a save. Sami and Nakamura clear the ring as the fans pop. Sami takes the mic and ends up proposing a tag team match. We go to commercial. Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin and Kevin Owens. Back from the break, match is already underway after Shane McMahon made it official. Nakamura started things off with Corbin. Back and forth start. Nakamura then took control and taunted Corbin before taking him to the corner for more. Nakamura with some good vibrations in the corner. Sami tags himself in, but Corbin breaks away from Nakamura and retreats to his corner. Corbin tags out, and in comes Owens. They go at it, and Sammy takes Owens down with a head scissors. Owens goes to the floor for a breather. Sammy chases Owens back into the ring, but Owens stomps away and turns it around. Corbin's back in now, and Sammy unloads in the corner and turns it around until Owens kicks him in the back of the head while Corbin has the referee distracted. Owens tags in and keeps control of Sammy, taking him to the corner again. Corbin tags back in and keeps up the attack. Sammy counters in the corner and goes for a tornado DDT, but Corbin blocks it and slams him. Corbin talks trash and stands tall as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and Sammy nails a Blue Thunder Bomb on Owens for a 2 count. Owens tags first. Corbin runs in and knocks Nakamura off the apron to prevent a tag to him. Sammy would roll up for a 2 count. Corbin takes back control and drops Sammy again. Corbin then talks more trash and works Sammy over. Sammy finally gets a tag. Nakamura hits the ring and unloads on Owens. Nakamura with a running knee in the corner. Nakamura positions Owens over the top turnbuckle and charges with a high knee for a 2 count. Owens fights Nakamura off but takes another knee. Nakamura drops Owens for a pin attempt and Corbin breaks it up. Sammy attacked Corbin and unloaded on him. The referee backed him off. Sammy sent Owens into Corbin in the corner. Corbin yelled at Owens. Owens shoved Corbin. Corbin dropped him with a right hand. Sammy clotheslined Corbin to the floor. Nakamura nails a Kinshasa on Owens for the pinfall. After the match, Nakamura and Sammy stood tall as we go to replays. Nakamura danced as we see the briefcase hanging above the ring. Announcers plug the WWE Network and Extreme Rules. Still to come, the Fatal 5-Way to crown a new #1 contender. Back to commercial. Back for the break. And we got SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, already in the ring. They talk about how everyone is looking salty tonight because they're still the champs. They take shots at the American Alpha, Breeze and Fandango, and the NFL's Atlanta Falcons. They go on about how no other tag team goes as hard as them, but the familiar introduction from Big E interrupts. The music hits and the New Day arrive for the SmackDown debuts. Big E, Xavier, and Kofi head to the ring to get a pop. Woods announces that they are back. He gives a shout out to his mother in the crowd and mentions Atlanta being his hometown for another pop. Kofi is then interrupted by the Usos, who are watching from ringside. Usos say they have the tag team division unlocked. They welcome the New Day to the Uso penitentiary. Big E says they know what goes on in the penitentiary, and as far as SmackDown tag team titles go, they like them and they want them. Woods says that he can do this the easy way or the hard way. Kofi says the answer better be yes. Usos say that they better wake up from their fairy tale because this is about to get real. The Usos go on, but the New Day aren't taking them serious. Woods says he was told by Shane McMahon that the Usos have special opponents coming up at Money in the Bank, but they can't remember who. Who. Kofi reveals that it will be the New Day versus Usos at Money in the Bank. New Day dances around and wraps up their promo, and fans join them. Usos leave while being taunted from the ring. AJ Styles is shown backstage warming up. Still to come segment, a look back at Jinder Mahal's celebration from last week. Back from the break, we get a video looking at Jinder Mahal, last week's Punjabi celebration, and some of the international media coverage he's received since winning the title. Tom leads us to another edition of the Fashion Files from Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Apparently they have their next case to find who destroyed the Breeze and Go Fashion Files offices. Fatal 5-way elimination match, Charlotte Flair versus Carmella versus Natalya versus Tamina versus Becky. We go to the ring, out comes Charlotte. The winner of this match will face SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi at Money in the Bank. Back to commercial. Back for the break, when we get James Ellsworth, he's on stage with a mic. He rips the crowd and introduces Carmella. Tamina Snuka was out next. We see pre-recorded video from Naomi, and she's not worried about who wins tonight. Natalya's out next, followed by Becky Lynch to a pop. They all start arguing before the bell, and Tamina decks Charlotte. A brawl breaks out as Carmella takes Becky to the floor. Natalya ends up hitting a suplex on Charlotte and mounting her with strikes. Charlotte turns around and mounts Natalya with forearms. Tamina makes a save and hits the Samoan drop on Charlotte. As the referee tries to get control of things, Becky and Carmella go at it on the floor as Ellsworth looks on. Becky throws Carmella into the timekeeper's area. Becky came flying over the barrier with a forearm. Tamina left Natalya down on the floor. It looks like as Tamina takes apart the announcer table as the referee tries to get her in the ring. Other referees are out now. Tamina grabs Charlotte, but Charlotte counters into the apron. Then into the ring post. Charlotte drops Natalya. Then Charlotte with a big overhead toss to Natalya on the floor. Charlotte goes to the top and nails a big moonsault on Charlotte and Natalya on the floor. Carmella jumps off the barrier and takes Charlotte down. Carmella turns it around to Becky, scooping her for a Bexploder on the floor. Tamina dropped Becky next, and then Charlotte dropped Tamina with a big boot. Natalya decks Charlotte. Natalya then tried to put Charlotte on the announce table, but Charlotte sends her into the steel steps. Charlotte grabbed Natalya and powerbombed her through the announce table to a big pop. Referees check on Natalya as a holy shit chant breaks from the crowd. Bell never rang. The music hits, and out comes SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. Shane says, "What's up to Atlanta?" and gives props to the women's division. He says the competition is so crazy he wants to do something really big. At first, something historic. Shane announces Charlotte versus Natalya versus Tamina versus Carmella versus Becky in a ladder match at the June 18th Money in the Bank pay-per-view for the first ever women's Money in the Bank match. He did not mention Naomi. Shane got a big pop for the announcement as the superstars look on from ringside. Breezango versus Colognes was up next. Back from a commercial is Fandango and Xavier Breeze as the Clones waiting in the ring. Apparently Breezango believes the Clones destroyed their office earlier. Back and forth to start the match. Breezango brings out water guns to some momentum going. They send Primo and Epico to the floor and stand tall as we go to commercial. Back for the break. Colognes have control of the match. Breeze gets dropped from the apron by a cheap shot. Fandango looks to make a comeback, but Breeze is down on the floor and he can't tag. Primo with a backbreaker and Fandango for a 2 count. Epico tags back in, but they both go down. Fandango looks for another tag, but Breeze is down. Epico plants him on his face for another 2 count. Epico takes Fandango to the top, but he fights back. Fandango with a sunset flip powerbomb. Breeze finally reappears in his janitor disguise. He gets a hot tag and unloads on the Colognes. Fandango and Primo fight over Breeze's mop, allowing Breeze to take advantage of the distraction and hit the unprettier for the win. After the match, Breeze and Fandango celebrate. Renee Young backstage with AJ Styles ahead of his match against Dolph Ziggler. AJ says he's building up momentum for Money in the Bank so he can become the 2-time WWE champion. Ziggler then interrupted. Ziggler says this may be the house that AJ built, but he laid the foundation around here. Ziggler says the only one in this match who already won the Money in the Bank match and cashed in to become a champion. Ziggler said he's going to do it again in 2 weeks, but tonight they have words and are both ready to go. Ziggler tells Styles he will see him out there. Ziggler walks off. Still to come segment, Randy Orton will speak for the first time since losing the WWE title as we go to commercial. Back from the break, out comes Randy Orton to a pop. Orton, wearing street clothes, introduces himself for those who have been living under a rock for the past 17 years. Talks about how he's defeated top names over the years and how this is in his blood because his father was in the first WrestleMania main event. Orton says his grandfather would slap him if he were alive for losing the WWE title to a guy like Jinder Mahal. Orton goes on and says he's not going to talk about how he's going to beat Mahal at Money in the Bank. He's just going to do it. Orton goes on and says Jinder has earned the right to get a good old-fashioned Orton family American ass kicking. Orton says Money in the Bank is in his hometown of St. Louis, and he can't show off his face if he doesn't get this one. Orton says winning is the only option. Orton says he's going to stop talking and become a 14-time champion on June 18th. Orton drops the mic and says And his music hits as he goes to pose in the corner. Jinder's music interrupts, but he doesn't appear on the stage. Jinder finally appears on the big screen. Jinder says Orton is just like every other ignorant American. He can tell stories of a bygone era. He tells stories of his father and grandfather while the country is in decay. Jinder goes on and raises the title as the Singh brothers applaud him. They continue clapping as Jinder stares the camera down. Promo ends, and Orton goes back posing in the corner as the music starts back up again. So the come segment, Styles versus Ziggler in the main event. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we see Rich Swann and Sasha Banks backstage. They hype the 205 live episode. AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler. We go to the ring. Out first comes Dolph Ziggler for tonight's main event. AJ was out next to a big home state pop. The bell rings and they lock up as we see the Money in the Bank briefcase hanging above the ring. Fan chant for Styles. Ziggler ends up sending AJ ribs first into the steel. AJ sells the injury outside of the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, they're going at it. They're slow to get up, but start trading shots in the middle of the ring. AJ drops Ziggler with a clothesline, then keeps control and nails the sliding forearm. AJ gets to his feet as the fans pop. Ziggler counters, but AJ blocks him and slams him on his face for another 2 count. Ziggler ends up blocking the Styles Clash and covering with his feet on the ropes for a 2 count. Referee catches him. AJ comes back and drops Ziggler over his knee from the fireman's carry, and AJ gets a 2 count from that. Ziggler blocks another Styles Clash attempt. AJ rocks Ziggler with a right hand. AJ ends up suplexing Ziggler into the turnbuckles. AJ goes for a Styles Clash, but from the second rope, but Ziggler sides out. Ziggler comes right back with a big DDT out of the corner. Both superstars are down now as AJ blocks a famouser, but Ziggler blocks the Styles Clash. Ziggler with a headbutt. AJ blocks the zigzag with a backbreaker. Both men are down. Ziggler comes back with a knee to the jaw. Ziggler takes AJ up top for a superplex. AJ slides out and drops Ziggler face first into the top turnbuckle. AJ misses the splash in the corner. More back and forth as AJ gets a calf crusher. Locked in the middle of the ring. It's broken. More back and forth until Ziggler hits a zigzag for a close 2 count. AJ ends up avoiding a super kick as Ziggler goes down. AJ rocks Ziggler from the corner. AJ springboarded up for the phenomenal forearm, but Ziggler knocks him off. Ziggler nails the super kick and covers him for the win. The match of the night. After the match, Ziggler stood tall as we go to replays. We come back with Ziggler having his arm raised while AJ is still down. Ziggler points up at the briefcase as the referees check on AJ. SmackDown goes off the air with Ziggler celebrating. And I could not find any 205 live results, so I'm not ending my video right there. And no dark match results either. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one over here. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.